Have it your way, fighting game fans. You asked for it, and you got it. The world has been clamoring to see Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in a fighting game, and while that's still not happening for Mortal Kombat 11, at least not right now, gamers are still getting to see him join the cast of another big-name title. We present to you Shaggy in Jump Force. Before you get too excited and run to your PS4 or Xbox One to update the game and get fighting, there's a catch. As of right now, Shaggy can only become a part of the Jump Force roster thanks to a mod that's exclusive to the PC, which means that not only is Shaggy a super unofficial and unsanctioned addition to the game, he also can't be added to either of the console versions. But should you be fortunate enough to own Jump Force on PC, you can download the Shaggy mod right now and finally make those dreams of doing battle with the Scooby-Doo character a thrilling reality.
Totally knew it!
The Shaggy mod comes courtesy of two people, BeatYT3, a game modder, and Vanrose, an artist. The two combine their skill sets to create the fighting Shaggy, building a faithful representation of the cartoon character in a 3D world. And perhaps the best part, Shaggy is also a fully voiced fighter, tossing out the occasional trash talk line while doing battle with anime bruisers.
Like I could totally...
Is the execution perfect? Not completely. In order to fit Shaggy into the game's lineup, a sacrifice had to be made. The Shaggy mod actually replaces Vegeta as a fighter within Jump Force, which is why Shaggy is wearing those oversized white gloves. It's also why you won't be able to find Vegeta in the game's roster after installing this mod, and why other characters will still call Shaggy Vegeta during in-game cutscenes.
I push myself to the edge of my limits and beyond, but you've been born with a natural talent far beyond my own. No amount of training could have closed the gap between us.
Shaggy is also missing the facial animations that other characters in the game have. The official characters in Jump Force can display many different facial expressions, and when they speak, they actually emote and animate along with the words they're saying. Just barely. Have you seen the cutscenes? But because Shaggy is getting modded into Jump Force as a sort of replacement character, and because the modder wasn't entirely sure how to get the animations working, this version of Shaggy is left with just one facial expression at all times. It's a kind of minor setback for what is otherwise a fantastic Shaggy mod, and honestly, there's a good chance that you'll forget about it entirely once you've played with Shaggy for a while. But like the big white gloves, it's still a detail that might remind you that this is not an official character. The inclusion of Shaggy does raise an interesting question though. If enthusiasm around the Shaggy meme stays strong, could it actually influence developers to squeeze Shaggy into the roster of Mortal Kombat 11 after all? We know there will definitely be a PC version of Mortal Kombat 11, which opens up the possibility for mods somewhere down the line. And really, seeing Shaggy in the very game he was originally requested for, via that change.org petition that got this whole thing started, would feel appropriate. But it remains to be seen if Mortal Kombat 11 on PC will even have mods, or if fans will have any interest in developing them. But given the amount of attention the Shaggy Jump Force mod is getting, the chances are pretty good that someone will want to do the same thing in Mortal Kombat 11. So you might want to keep an eye on Ed Boon's Twitter feed going forward. You may remember that Ed Boon, who serves as the director of Mortal Kombat 11, initially rolled his eyes at the possibility of putting Shaggy into the upcoming game. Over the course of a few days, however, Boon seemed to openly flirt with the prospect, retweeting others who created fan art depicting Shaggy as a Mortal Kombat character, and even sharing some mock-ups of Shaggy in the actual game. Overall, the co-creator of the fighting game franchise really did his part to make it appear as though Shaggy in Mortal Kombat 11 wasn't an entirely outrageous idea. But despite the momentum, Shaggy's official inclusion in the game remained elusive, and those who petitioned felt a little heartbroken about it. But the good news is, Jump Force has come along to fill that void, and who knows, in just over 2 months we'll get our hands on Mortal Kombat 11, and so will have all the modders, which means the dream of an all-powerful Shaggy might have suffered a fatality after all. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SVG videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.